You don't need to be famous to get played on radio. It just comes down to two things: music and connection. You see, I released the first single of a new project last month, and it was played on BBC Radio on the 9th of July 2026. So in this video, I want to tell you exactly how that happened, the exact steps that I went through to get there, and the lessons I've learned since then that I'll be implementing on my next release, so that you can make music that you truly love, grow your fan base, whilst remaining true to yourself. So why does getting played on radio come down to those two things, music and connection? Well, essentially, we need to create good music that is aligned with the gatekeepers who are making the decision to play the music on radio. But the problem is the question: what is good music? Because good music is subjective. What you think is great might not necessarily be what I think is great. Let me tell you how I overcome it. Have you ever been working on a song for days, weeks, maybe even months at a time, and getting so deep into the details that you almost sort of forget why you wrote it in the first place? And then you get to this state of sort of frustration with that song before you release it, that you're kind of not really even emotionally attached to it anymore. And through this frustration, you end up writing a completely new song in what feels like 20 minutes, an hour, maybe even 2 hours. And it just feels so alive, so irresistible to you. Like, you're just so damn excited about it. Well, that is good music. And you've effectively written good music because you've allowed yourself into this state of flow. This creative state where your critical mind is essentially silenced, and all that you do is just pour everything that you feel into the record. And in that state, that's exactly where you will be able to write the greatest music that you could ever write. Effectively, because it is the closest thing to the feeling that you have inside. And I talk about feeling or emotion because essentially what we need to do is we need to package the emotion that we feel inside into a song that somebody else can listen to and somebody else can feel. Music and art is effectively transmission of emotion from the creator to the audience member. So what did I do? Well, I sat down and I just created completely freely, in the most comfortable setting that I could, which was me sitting on my sofa at home with my laptop open, blasting out the speakers and getting into the music which I absolutely love, which is dance music. And I just repeated this process until I felt some sort of connection to the music that I was making. I'd be genuinely happy about it. And then the decisions aren't decisions anymore because they're almost made for you. They're guided by the way that you feel about the music that you create. You don't have a decision to make. It's a feeling that makes that decision. And that feeling is excitement. So we follow the excitement, we build upon that. And after I had effectively birthed the idea, then I just need to sit down with a more critical mindset and think, how do I finish this off from a production standpoint? How do I finish this off from a mixing standpoint? And how do I master this song and get it out to the world? So that's the music, but what about the connection side of things? Well, in the UK, we're lucky enough to have the BBC, that is the National Broadcast Association, and they're effectively looking for new up and rising talent in the UK. They program unsigned artists onto their local and their national radio stations every single week. So they have an actual need for new music every single week. And this is called BBC Introducing. And I'm sure wherever you are in the world, there'll be a similar sort of thing. Whether that's similarly a national broadcaster like the BBC, or even a local radio station, college radio, or even internet radio these days. Find the people who actually want to support new and emerging talent because they have an actual need for new music. And there'll be someone willing, if not even excited, to be broadcasting your music. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Inside the BBC Introducing uploader, we click on upload your track, type in your track name, type in your artist name, and within this section, the track notes section, they want details on your track, where it was recorded, when, etc. So here's an opportunity for you to actually start to sell your track. So what did I do? Well, I painted a picture of the exact environment that I was trying to create and the exact emotion that I was trying to create when I was thinking about the song. So when I listened to the song that I made, it's effectively this up-tempo, housey kind of summer tune. So that's exactly what I said in here. A song that takes me back to the early 2010s, listening to piano house music in the park, drinking beers with my friends. Like, that's exactly what this song gave me. So I painted that picture for them in writing. And then what happens? Well, they go and read that description whilst they're listening to the song, and it's in complete alignment with each other, which basically gives them this little dopamine rush and says, yeah, they're totally right. It takes me back to that time period. It gives me exactly the same feeling. Not only does this person actually know what music they're making, they give me the exact script to say on the radio before the song. And that's exactly what happened. Almost word for word, the DJ and the radio presenter read out exactly what I said. And then we scroll down here and we've got the ISRC code and the PRS code. If you put that information in, then not only are we going to get free marketing from them, but we're actually going to get paid. So it might just be £5 or something like that for the local radio station, but it gives you the opportunity to not only get free marketing and free promotion, but actually get free money. That's amazing. And the thing is, with BBC Introducing and with Spotify playlisting, and even when you're sending songs out to other DJs to play, or even if you're trying to book support tours, there's effectively levels or tiers to this system. You see, the local BBC radio stations are a pipeline to the national BBC radio stations. And if the BBC Introducing support your music, at that point, then you are intrinsically linked to them. They will continue to support your music going forward for the rest of your career in some way or another. Because if you succeed and they helped you start that, then there's goodwill made. And the same happens with Spotify playlisting. If you can get onto one of the smaller playlists in your geographic area, then you might make it to one of the slightly larger playlists in your geographic area. And then from that point, you might jump across to global. And the things that I've really learned from this experience is straight away, I'm able to upload what is 2 songs a month to effectively get a yes or no answer from someone, whether they actually think that the music that I'm making is good. And in an age where we're effectively governed by algorithms, it's so nice to have a real person be able to listen to my music and say to myself, yeah, someone listened, someone thinks it's good, or someone thinks it isn't good. Actually having a yes or no answer is a very rare thing these days. And so for me, it's really fucking exciting to get my first song that I've actually properly released played on radio. And the thing is, it's not just me. An artist, Joseph James, that I've been working with recently, we've had 3 of the 4 songs on his last EP championed by BBC Introducing. And not only that, he actually got interviewed live on air. So if you want to hear what it actually feels like when an artist starts to believe in themselves, then just watch this video next.